Hi, my name is Jim Moran. I'm director of the Performing Arts Center at TMA-UCC and one of the committee members of Mariachi de la Isla Festival.
Hello, my name is Ray Morales, and I'm an associate music professor. I teach applied trombone music courses. I also serve as the ensemble director for our trombone choir and our Mariachi de la Isla.
Hi, I'm Kenneth Iescas, and I am an assistant professor of music here at A&M Corpus Christi. I am the director of the Islander Pep Band, as well as teach horn and music education classes.
Hi, I'm Amanda Marquez. I'm a professional assistant professor, first year seminar in the first year learning communities program at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I also am an instructor in the humanities department for Mexican American Studies.
Hi, I'm Andrea Montalvo Hamid. I'm a professional assistant professor of English here at Texas A&M University Corpus Christi. I'm also the Hispanic Heritage Month coordinator and the first year writing program coordinator.
I'd like to welcome you to the virtual Mariachi Festival this year. Last year, this festival was to take place at the Performing Arts Center, but the pandemic hindered those efforts. We're so excited that we've been able to put together this virtual festival. We've represented so much of the South Texas region and mariachi performers and ensembles, and we're so excited that you're able to join us this time around.
And it's due to the history and cultural significance of mariachi music to this region that we still felt that it was important to have this festival, even though we could not have it take place in person. With this virtual format, we are able to safely share mariachi music with the South Texas community and highlight the incredible talent of local groups and groups that represent the South Texas region.
So we reached out to middle schools, high schools, and professional groups around the state of Texas, and we have a wonderful and great lineup set up for you.
This virtual festival would not be possible without our sponsors. We would like to thank Whataburger and H-E-B for their generous donation. Even though this is not in person, we still hope you'd sing along and enjoy the show with your friends and family.
So now, without further ado, let's kick off our showcase with our very own Mariachi de la Isla.
Let's start
the show.
Hi, my name is Eloy Garza, Director of the Roma High School 5A Varsity Mariachi from Roma, Texas. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my very own students. They will be performing our own rendition of This Land Is Your Land, Esta Tierra Es Tu Tierra, as performed at this year's Presidential Latino Inaugural. I present to you the 6-time Vargas Extravaganza National Champions, Mariachi Nuevo Santander. Enjoy.
This is my land, esta es mi tierra. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Esta tierra es para ti, para mí. Esta es tu tierra. Esta es mi tierra, desde California hasta Nueva York, desde las montañas a todos los mares. Esta tierra es para ti y para mí. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Esta tierra es para ti, para mí. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to sparkling sands, over diamond deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. Esta tierra es para ti. Para mí, this land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Esta tierra es para ti, para mí.
Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking through that freedom highway. Nobody living can make me turn back. This land was made for you and me. Esta tierra es para ti y para mí. Sí, señor.
As I went walking, I saw a big sign, and on that big sign said no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. This sign was made for you and me. Este land was para ti, para mí. Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking to that freedom highway. Nobody living can make me turn back. This land was made for you and me. Esta tierra es para ti, para mí. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to New York Island, to the redwood forest, to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Esta tierra es para ti y para mí.
Mariachi Los Guerreros de Tolosa Midway Middle School has been existent since 2018. Throughout the years, we have enjoyed performing the wonderful music of the Mexican culture. Mariachi Los Guerreros has performed at various events in our district, from school board meetings to serenading the front office staff.
In 2019, Mariachi Los Guerreros was invited to perform for the Texas Association for Bilingual Education conference in Corpus Christi, Texas. Also in 2019, Mariachi Los Guerreros attended a clinic held by Mariachi Vargas in Corpus Christi, Texas. As one of our final public performances, Mariachi Los Guerreros performed at the amphitheater at Fiesta Texas in San Antonio. Due to unforeseen circumstances, we have very few opportunities to perform and are excited to submit our video. Thank you and enjoy our combined beginner and advanced groups performing Los Machetes.
Estoy acobarrando en lo notado y eso no es muy bueno para mí. Si quiero retenerla entre mis brazos, será mejor que no me vea sufrir. Estoy estacionada en los fracasos y hoy voy a remediar la situación. ¿Será que siempre he dado demasiado y en el exceso siempre salgo dañado? Por mujeres como tú, amor, hay hombres como yo que se pueden morir mordiendo el corazón. Se pueden perder en el alcohol por una decepción. exceso, siempre salgo Dios. Por mujeres como tú, amor, hay hombres como yo que se pueden morir por dignidad, muriendo el corazón. Por mujeres como tú, amor, hay hombres como yo que se pueden perder en el alma por una decepción.
Ya se va el ausente, ya se va y se va. Pobre del ausente, ¿cuándo volverá? Ya se va el ausente, ya se va y se va. Pobre del ausente, ¿cuándo volverá? Ay, la, 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 ay, la, 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 la. Ya se va el ausente, ya se va y se va. Ay, la, 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 ay, la, 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 la. Pobre del ausente, ¿cuándo volverá? Ya se va el ausente.
¿Dónde está el ausente? ¿A dónde se fue? Lejos de su tierra, lejos de su ser. Ojalá que vuelva, lo queremos ver, junto con la gente que nos vio nacer.
Ay, la, 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 ay, la, 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 la.
¿Dónde está el ausente? Lo queremos ver,
Ay, la, 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 ay, la, 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 la.
junto con la gente que nos vio nacer. ¿Dónde está el ausente?
Ya se va el ausente, ya se va llorando, porque su chinita lo estaba engañando. Ya se va el ausente, ya se va llorando, porque su chinita lo estaba engañando. Ay, la, 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 ay, la, 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 la.
Ya se va el ausente, ya se va llorando,
Ay, la, 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 ay, la, 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 la.
porque su chinita lo estaba engañando. Ya se va el ausente.
Hello, and welcome to the Texas A&M University Corpus Christi Performing Arts Center. My name is Jim Moore, and I'm director of the PAC. The PAC is home to many performances throughout the year, including our endowed music series, the Robert and Gloria Ferguson Bravo series, Texas A&M University Corpus Christi Music Department performances, and events such as Hispanic Heritage Month and Black History Month. In addition, we're community partners with the Corpus Christi Symphony Orchestra and the Corpus Christi Chorale. Opened in 2005 at a cost of $18 million, this building was designed by local architects Cotton, Landreth, and Kramer. As you can see, with floor-to-ceiling windows facing out onto the bay, it boasts many unique design elements and features. We're headed backstage at the PAC, where the magic happens. The PAC has remarkable acoustics designed by the same firm responsible for the acoustic design at the theaters at Lincoln Center in New York City. There's not a bad seat in the house to see or hear a performance here at the PAC. Don't believe me? Let's just take a look. We look forward to welcoming you to the Texas A&M University Corpus Christi Performing Arts Center, whether in the audience or on stage.
Que no
Hello everyone, my name is Myra Garcia and I am the director for the La Joya ISD, La Joya Palmview High School Mariachi Los Lobos. We are delighted to be here with you all today to showcase our rendition of Regálame esta noche. Palmview Mariachi Los Lobos have been in existence since 2010, and throughout these years they have had some amazing accomplishments, some of those being playing for the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama, and also winning 2 state championships. We are very, very happy to be here, and we hope you enjoy this showcase of Mariachi Los Lobos.
No quiero que te vayas, la noche está muy fría. Abrígame en tus brazos hasta que vuelva el día. Tu almohada está impaciente acariciar tu cara, tal vez te dé un consejo, tal vez no diga nada. Mañana muy temprano platicarás conmigo y si estás decidida abandonar el nido, entonces será en vano tratar de detenerte. Regálame esta noche, retrásame la muerte. Mañana muy temprano platicarás conmigo y si estás decidida a abandonar el nido, entonces será en vano tratar de detenerte. Regálame esta noche, retrásame la muerte.
Ya llegamos, sí, señor. Estando aserrando un palo, sí, haciéndote requete que no. Solo aquel que no es cristiano, sí, no tiene su 3 vele que no. Estando aserrando un palo, sí, haciéndote requete que no. Solo aquel que no es cristiano, sí, no tiene su 3 vele que no. Ay la 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 la, ay la 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 la. Solo aquel que no es cristiano, sí, no tiene su 3 vele que no. Y puro mariachi oro, sí señor, y que se oiga hasta Jalisco, paisano. te requete que o no. Es la vieja de mi suegra, sí, que me asusta y no la veo, no. Ya no me deja que duerma así. Ese te requete que o no. Es la vieja de mi suegra, sí, que me asusta y no la veo, no. Ay, la, 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 la. Ay, la, 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 la. Ya no me deja que duerma así. Ese te requete que o no.
¡Ahora, muchachos! ¡Y sáquenle polvito a esos violines, sí, señor!
Si me quieres tú de veras, sí, no me hagas de requete que no. Hazme todo lo que quieras, sí, sin que quede tembele que no. Si me quieres tú de veras, sí, no me hagas de requete que no. Hazme todo lo que quieras, sí, sin que quede tembele que no. Ay, la, 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 la. Ay, la, 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 la. Hazme todo lo que quieras, sí, sin que quede tembele que no.
Y se acabó esta fiesta, señores. ¡Vámonos!
Así como si nada ahora regresas, pretendes que me creas tus promesas, así como me pasó ayer.
Te equivocas si pretendes que me crea tus historias. No he podido arrancar de mi memoria que cambiaste, ni tú mismo te lo crees. No me mires así, yo sé bien que cambié. No soy la misma que tú conociste, y con hombres agradezco mi expertise a todas las traiciones y mentiras que diste. No me mires así, no fui yo quien fallé. Dale vuelta y vete lejos de mi lado, y te digo que prefiero ser así a que mi corazón vuelva a ser destrozado. No me mires así.
Causas lástima y tristeza, de veras estás mal de la cabeza, así como te pasó ayer.
Te equivocas si pretendes que me crea tus historias. No he podido arrancar de mi memoria que cambiaste, ni tú mismo te lo crees. No me mires así, yo sé bien que cambié. No soy la misma que tú conociste, y con hombres agradezco mi expertise a todas las traiciones y mentiras que diste. No me mires así, no fui yo quien fallé. que prefiero ser así a que mi corazón vuelva a ser destrozado. No me mires así.
And that by asking if each of you could discuss the pivotal critical moment that you decided that you would devote your professional life to mariachi. What was
Wow.
the moment? Yes,
The-
go ahead.
The pivotal moment, for me, it had to have been when I saw Mariachi Vargas de Tecalitlan for the first time in 1984 in San Antonio for one of the mariachi conferences that they had here.
Mhm.
And I was still in high school. I was in the mariachi program. I was playing trumpet at the time. And like any, well, we were introduced to mariachi music with my mariachi instructor, Juan Ortiz. He was the director for Campanas de América. And he would give us assignments or homework to listen to Mariachi Vargas de Tecalitlan. So listening to the albums, and behind the albums, because these are LPs, behind the albums, he had pictures of the members. So it's like a kid that had baseball cards, you know, you had your baseball cards or your basketball cards back in the day. So, but we had an album and you could see, you know, Federico Torres, you knew that was a trumpet player because I was a trumpet player. Who's a trumpet player? Federico and Rigoberto Mercado. So I knew who the guys were. And that was pretty exciting when I had the opportunity to see them in person.
Mhm.
and listening to the sound that was produced by this professional ensemble, that was just mind-blowing. Of course, we didn't have cell phones or at that time to record. There were audio recorders, but I didn't have access to that. I did have a cassette player and I recorded the concert, but listening and watching a group at that magnitude and level of professionalism, that really was I guess the turning point for me, that I knew that was something that I wanted to do. And that was back in '84. And thanks to the conferences that I believe a lot of people have had similar experiences as well. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And I do concur with Mike because, his experience was in '85, mine was in '79. So we're a few years back. But then even before that, because when I joined the college mariachi group, what I knew about mariachi was not much. I mean, my dad had a few albums. And so when I got into it, I would play this. Well, I remember there was a Mariachi Vargas album and Fiesta in Jalisco. And so I played that album, and I got into mariachi, and being at that time being involved in the jazz band and playing bass with the jazz band. And now my professor had asked me to join the mariachi and learn guitarrón, and this was over the Christmas break of '77. So she lent me the instrument. I took it home and I tried to figure this thing out. And I said, well, wow, let me see. And then I, kind of knew got like a sort of a makeshift fingering chart and just try to learn the tunes and follow along to the tunes and the jazz line. I mean, the bass lines. And I would start writing out the bass lines, first of all, because music did not exist at that time. There was no sheet music available. And so everything in the college group, when we learned it, and I'm backing up to this point so you have an idea, so I give it some perspective. Everything that we learned in the college group was like, okay, armonía, here's the recording of the song, you learn your part, trumpets, we go into this room, and the guitar, and actually there was a marimba. We didn't have any violins. There was no violins. They did not exist in that school group. At that time, I believe our instrumentation was like 4 trumpets, 2 guitarrones, 2 vihuelas, and a zillion guitars, maybe about 11 guitars, and a marimba. And so that was the group back in 1978. And from there, we'd listen to recordings and learn them and so forth. And just basically, we'd have a lead sheet that had the verses of the music of the song with the chords written on top. Nothing else. Not if it was a ranchera lenta, it was 4/4-3/4, nothing. Just the chords. And that's how we would base our music. And we listen to recordings and figure out our parts and put it together. And then go forward to 1979 when we went to the first mariachi conference in San Antonio, and Mariachi Vargas was going to be there. I remember we're sitting at the convention center, and Vargas comes up on stage, and they start with La Negra, just like, wow. I mean, then you see the violins, you hear just the emotion in the way that they conveyed what they did. To me, I think it was the emotion, and just so much emotion on the way they played and the way you felt. That's what really did it for me, hearing them. And then I said, wait a minute, we need violins, and then I think we kind of got an idea, but this is the idea right here. Yeah. And so, and then started really following. I got to meet guys from Vargas, I made it a yearly trek to go to Mexico City and go meet up with those guys and go see groups in Mexico City, go to Garibaldi. And I took a few lessons from Nati Santiago, their guitarron player. I had to relearn all my guitarron, it was like, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong. And he was just starting out with this book at that time. He had I remember he showed me a draft of his book that was in like a loose leaf, like a little spiral notebook. And he had all his book there. And I met John Clark at that time, back in 1980. So this was like July of 1980. I went to Mexico City and I met John Clark, and John and Nati and Vargas were pretty close. So, John helped Nati with his book to sort of organize it and translate it. And so from there, that was what did it for me. Hearing Vargas, it was just like, wow.
Yeah, that emotion. Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Same thing for me. I'm not as seasoned, but it was 1995. We went to the Mariachi Vargas extravaganza in San Antonio, and that weekend of my freshman year in high school, it was wow. I could not believe that it could be executed like that, and all the manicos that were going on. I remember they played Las Clásicas, a potpourri of classical music, and they played Huapango de Moncayo. And I remember going back to Laredo with our high school group, and I remember they were fitting us for a new suit or something with a new suit, and they were measuring us. And I remember telling my band director, "Sir, I want to learn one of the manicos that the Vargas guys were doing." And it was a Huapango. So as I was waiting for everybody to get measured, I was learning the Huapango rhythm as we were getting measured. And that was it. That's where my love came from. Just listening to Vargas, and over the years, and again, just like Miguel and John had said, there were back then in the 90s, for me also, there wasn't, you had to go to the concerts to learn style. You had to go to the conferences. Now it's as easy as just picking up and listening to YouTube.
Saludos a todos. We are Mariachi Clásico. Sí, señor. We are from Austin, Texas, right down the street from you. I want to thank Texas A&M Corpus Christi for inviting us to your Mariachi Festival. We hope you enjoyed our song that we played for you. And actually, we have two members in our group from the Corpus Christi area, Alyssa and Mr. Bobby. So saludos a todos. Please look us up on Facebook, Austin Clásico. De nuevo, Mariachi Clásico.
Sí, señor. Lo tengo yo, el
jamás olvidaré. Y que sea el más valiente, amigable y amoroso, bailador y bondadoso, cariñoso y cumplido. También que sea dadivoso, guapetón y generoso, pero una cosa sí pido, que no sea rete celoso. Y no me gustan los celosos, chiquititos. Y aquí traigo ya la lista de lo que él tiene que ser. Aunque mi madre me dice que yo no lo encontraré, porque de esos ya no existen, no queda más que rezar para ver si acaso alguno se quedó para el altar. Y que sea el más valiente, amigable y amoroso, bailador y bondadoso, cariñoso y cumplido. También que sea dadivoso, guapetón y generoso, pero una cosa sí pido, que no sea rete celoso. Y que sea el más valiente, amigable y amoroso, bailador y bondadoso, cariñoso y cumplido. También que sea dadivoso, guapetón y generoso, pero una cosa sí pido, que no sea rete celoso.
Tengo dinero en el mundo, dinero maldito que nada vale. Aunque me miren sonriendo, la pena que traigo ni Dios la sabe. Yo conocí la pobreza y ahí entre los pobres jamás lloré. Yo pa' qué quiero riqueza si voy con el alma perdida y sin fe. Yo lo que quiero es que vuelva conmigo la que se fue.
Es imposible que yo te olvide, es imposible que yo me vaya. Por donde quiera te voy, te miro y ando con otra y por ti suspiro. Es imposible que todo acabe, yo sin tus besos me arranco el alma. Si ando en mi juicio no estoy contento, si ando borracho, ¿pa' qué te cuento? ¿Cuántos caminos hay en mi vida? ¿Cuál de los cuatro será el mejor? Tú que me viste llorar de angustia, dime paloma, ¿por cuál me voy?
comenzar. Adornen esos portones.
Ya va llegando el mariachi cantando sones con sus guitarras y guitarrones, para que se alegren y que retocen los corazones. Ya va llegando el mariachi cantando sones con sus guitarras y guitarrones, para que se alegren y que retocen los corazones. Ay la 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 la, ay la 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 la.
Agarre su falda pa' que se baile este lindo son.
Ay la 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 la, ay la 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 la.
Saque polvadera pa' que retoce mi corazón.
Yo tenía un perrito loro que cantaba en el vergel y bonita en las mañanas le llevaba de comer. Yo tenía un perrito loro que cantaba en el vergel y bonita en las mañanas le llevaba de comer.
Es el relajo, es un declaración que viene bravo, aviéntame tu rebozo, mi vida, para capotearlo. Entra del arco, que mi inquieto chulo torito me está mirando. Toro relajo, que te estoy quitando torito, tu alegre estado. Que te estoy quitando torito, tu alegre estado. Ay, ay, ay,
And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this year's festival, and I want to especially thank our sponsors this year, Whataburger and HEB.
Yes, and clear your calendars for next spring. We will have Mariachi Festival in La Isla at our Performing Arts Center in April of 2022. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for updates and check out our website. Thank you for joining us. Hasta luego.